The Jaw is one of the best movies ever made, and here are 10 facts to prove it. Number 10. It was almost called The Last Shark Movie. During pre-production, the working title for The Jaw was The Last Shark Movie. This was meant to be a satirical jab at the oversaturation of shark movies in the 70s, a trend that started with Jaws and would later be parodied by filmmakers like David Zucker in The Final Countdown. Number 9. It was filmed in Puerto Rico. Although the movie is set in the fictional seaside town of Amity Island, the entire movie was filmed in Puerto Rico. This was due to generous tax incentives offered by the Puerto Rican government to film productions. No, a real shark attack. While filming a scene where Brody and Hooper are lowered into the water to search for the shark, an actual shark swam by and took a bite out of Roy Scheider's leg. The shark let go almost immediately, but this was still enough to draw blood and scare the crap out of everyone on the crew. To make matters worse, this happened right after Scheider had just finished filming a scene where his character, Chief Brody, is bitten by the shark. No, 7. It had a great white replacement. Because the production didn't have enough money to rent a great white shark for the movie, the crew got very creative. They built a mechanical shark named Bruce that unfortunately never quite worked the way they wanted it to. So 4 scenes where Bruce the shark needed to be particularly menacing, they used a different prop, a 26-foot-long inflatable doll. Yes, you heard that right. At one point in the movie, a life-sized inflatable shark is being dragged around in the water, and if you look closely, you can actually see the outline of the shark through Brody's boat. Oh, and that iconic shot of the shark fin, that was created using a modified model from the classic 1962 version of Disney's The Sword in the Stone. No. 6. The shark wasn't supposed to be that big. In the novel, the shark is described as being around 12 feet long, which is definitely not the case in the movie. The filmmakers thought that having a smaller shark would make the movie less scary, so they decided to up the ante by making the shark much larger. This also played into the satire aspect of the film, as this was around the same time when people were becoming increasingly aware of how big of a threat sharks are to humans. No. 5. Some casting shake-ups. Before John Williams was offered the role of Matt Hooper, the part was offered to actor Nick who turned it down because he didn't want to be typecast as an expert. He also felt that the role wasn't big enough, and we all know how wrong he was on that one. Other actors considered for the role include Gene Hackman, who turned it down because he didn't want to work on a summer blockbuster, and Robert Redford, who turned it down because he was busy filming The Way We Were. Number 4. There was almost a sequel. After the huge success of The Jaw, producers began talking about a potential sequel that would follow Chief Brody and his son as they encounter another shark on their vacation. But these plans never came to fruition, although there was another movie made after this one, The Jaws 2. It ignored all continuity from the original film and featured an entirely new cast. Number 3. Spielberg's cut. There are actually 2 cuts of the movie, the theatrical release and Spielberg's cut. The latter is nearly 10 minutes longer and features some minor changes to the storyline, including an extended sequence where the shark attacks a boat. The ending is also slightly different and features more shots of the shark. No. 2. A famous cameo. One of the producers of the film, John Stidd, has a cameo in the movie. You can spot him when the camera pans across the faces of the townspeople at the end of the film. He's the only person not wearing a bathing suit. And finally, no. 1. The legacy lives on. Since its release in 1978, The Jaws has gone on to gross over $470 million worldwide, making it the highest-grossing film of all time, adjusted for inflation. Not only did it kickstart the careers of several people involved, including director Steven Spielberg and star Roy Scheider, It launched an entire franchise and inspired countless other films and TV shows. The impact of the movie on popular culture cannot be overstated. From the iconic music to the memorable quotes to the terrifying shark, The Jaws is truly a masterpiece. Thanks for watching.